Alright, UberLapis here, the new cam, so it should be in 1080. It's going to take forever to upload, but I was talking to a few friends that wanted to see the machine shop, so figured I'd show it up here quick. Got here. It's a Haas VF4, it's a newer one, and over here we have the older one. A nice counter there. Anyway, yeah, these hold a good bit of tools in them. Usually I have them set up with 3 vices unless we got to clamp something to the table. Is the older style. A lot of rooms with surface grinders and stuff. That one over there is an old one, but got a diamond wheel on it. Tons of aluminum for parts of doing CNCs. Let's come back here. The small one, it's 20 horse. I believe that's a VF4. Not sure, it's all covered up. Or 2. Yeah, VF2. Anyway, it's got the older panel, but it's newer than the VF4. There's a Haas mini mill. It's real fast. Fast tool changes and stuff. Out there it's dark, but we have a press room where we run progressive dies. All the die work stuff here is prototype type stuff. Guess I better watch how I get on cam here. Tons of tools and everything. There's a Haas lathe. Obviously CNC. This the part flips up. This part down here flips up. You'll cut a part off, drop it out the front door here. This little thing, so you can keep like production going. Put a parts feeder in there. We got a big old lathe here, something you can do like barrels and shit on. These are nice to insert for when you bore big holes to insert and drill. They're pretty nice. Inserts are kind of hefty, but cut pretty good for especially metals that are a big pain. There's an old little lathe, manual lathe. A cylindrical grinder, some sanders and stuff like that for deburn parts. They making chips on the CNCs here. So it's after hours here. I didn't want to come when it was all noisy and there's a million people here. So some of the spots are going to be dark. Some more surface grinders back there. That's set up with a centerless. Whatever. It's kind of like how they do drill blanks and down pins and stuff. Centerless cylindrical grinder. And various other rooms with surface grinders. And a big hydraulic wet grinder. And have tons of granite plates everywhere with indicators and stuff on them. There's my indicator holder. 3D, all moving, like any way you want it. And this is a scrap part here that ended up getting scrapped on EDM, I think, or something like that, or when it was being ground. But it's just a big heavy base. I magneted my indicator holder too. There's tons of gauge pins. In here's the room I ran for quite a few years. We got a big bandsaw here. Right there's a honer. So you feel a little honey, you grab that machine, work at it. Here's wire EDMs here. It's Agi cut 120s. See down in there. And it's all electric, so this is phenolic here, holding the heads together. And wire EDMs are the most accurate machines you can get, but this is a G11 phenolic, and a lot of knives it's popular to have G10. But it's same stuff, it's phenolic resin, but it has a different fabric content to it. I don't know if it's the weave or the amount of threads or what the material, the fabric's actually made of, but it's real similar to G10. But that's how tough that stuff is when you use it for knife scales and stuff. Here's another one. Set up for something. So big old machines though. Back there is a Ram EDM, just burns directly into parts and make a perfectly square pocket, burn threads in hardened material. Burns down with either like a graphite or a copper electrode. And this tank submerges with oil, burns down through them. There's control for it. And this is a fast hole EDM, and pretty much is a EDM drill press. It just burns holes through real quick. These use brass or copper electrodes. They're hollow tubes, and it shoots water through the electrode. This all burns metal away with electricity and water flushing away the burnt metal particles. While I'm out here quick, all kinds of stuff here. These here are cold extrusion dies for making canisters for chaff for fighter jets. Here's an example of one. It's kind of dirty, been around the shop a while. And somewhere we should have a little block of metal, but it's a little rectangle piece about that long. They force it through there and get one of these. Forces through that. You see that's loose there, but there's several tapers going into that. That's what this is, a chaff canister. So that's what they look like. And these are the dies that make them. We also have little square ones that are like 1 inch by 1 inch. We have all kinds of pins out here for this. For holes for EDMing, comparator. It's like an inspection area. Yeah, big granite blocks and stuff. Little microscope for measuring stuff. Computers and all that. It's my toolbox. I'm laid off from here right now, but I still have access. But you can see the Kawasaki stickers, and I have extra stuff I usually have on the benches laying around. All kinds of good stuff in here. Bunch of micrometers. If I do this one-handed, it's pretty nice. Starrett digital carbide faces. A lot of my bigger ones are Starrett because I got them used from an inspection place, but generally I have several of these, brown and sharp carbide faces, and tenths veneer on it. Yeah, a bunch of other stuff. Back here is the milling and heat treat room. So I get over to the light switch here. I didn't want to light everything up all at once. You have to bear with me for a second. But you'll notice from my getting hard video, there's all the heat treat equipment. It's a small furnace, big furnace, and that's a draw furnace for tempering. And behind me we got big old stock rack. This might be boring for some people, but I had different guys I was talking to about the machine shop. That's where I come down. That's where I started doing knives. Just got pieces off of here that weren't going to be used for much, like generally in this area. But I tried all kinds of stuff. That's A2, A6 cold rolls down here, D201, L6, S7, all kinds of good stuff. But we'd get things in for a job, and there'd be a little piece left, and I'd ask if I could have it to make a knife, and that's how I started doing with tool steel. We have a bunch of different Bridgeports, some pretty old, some are newer. Drill press, a bunch of workbenches and vices and toolboxes. Some old gauge blocks out here. Keep nicer ones out by the CNCs in the grinding area. But pretty much a bunch of mills. And workbenches everywhere. So we got the head tilted there for something, doing an angle. And here's a big old one. But it's nice, it's bigger. If something bigger needs done, it'll be put in that one. Down here, I mean, I'm about to see this being here for a while. I might have to ask them for that, some except it's a little thick. There's some the green or emerald or whatever people call it, G10. But most of the phenolic we use, and knocks up over here. Most of the phenolic we use is G11. As you can see, there's G11, big sheet of it. Just darker green, but there's just something different with the fibers from the G10 to the G11. Here's some weird ceramic stuff, and lots of Delrin, and big wet bandsaw press. That's the most of the machines. I showed you most of the rooms. There's like the die room, the press room and stuff, but I was just mainly wanted to go over this stuff, and stuff I use most anymore is the heat treats. And if we have a gun or something that needs gunsmith, I'll come down here and do some milling or some lathe work. But I just want to give a look at all this copper. Just want to give just an overview here. There's some big old chunks of copper there, man. It's a lot of money worth of stuff there. But that's I guess the end of my tour. I just wanted to kind of just show the machine, the stuff we have here.